Socialization. The process by which people learn characteristics of their group's norms, values, attitudes, and behaviors. Personality. Patterns of behavior and ways of thinking and feeling that are distinctive for each individual. Social construction of reality. What people define as real because of their background assumptions and life experiences with others. What are the three levels of socialization? Primary, secondary, and adult. Primary socialization. From birth to beginning of school, includes all the ways the newborn is molded into a social being, capable of interacting and in meeting the expectations of society. Secondary socialization. Later in childhood and adolescence, when children go to school and come under the influence of non-family members. Adult socialization occurs as we assume adult roles such as wife, husband, parent, or employee. Heritability. The proportion of our personality, self, and biological traits which stem from genetic factors. Tabula Rasa. Theoretical claim that humans are born with no mental or intellectual capacities and all that they learn is written upon them by those who provide their primary and secondary socialization. Self. At the core of your personality, representing your conscious experience of having a separate and unique identity. Self-concept. The sum total of your perceptions and beliefs about yourself. Feral children. Wild or untamed children who grow up without typical socialization influences. What are the three categories of feral children? 1. Children raised in isolation. 2. Children raised in confinement. 3. Children raised by animals. Charles Horton Cooley believed that the self developed through the process of social interaction with others. Looking glass self. Charles Horton Cooley's phrase to describe the three-stage process through which each of us develops as sense of ourselves. What are the three stages of the looking glass self? 1. We imagine how our actions might appear to others. 2. We interpret how other people judge these actions. 3. We make some sort of self-judgment based on the presumed judgments of others. George Herbert Mead argued that the self becomes the sum total of our beliefs and feelings about ourselves. What is the self composed of, according to George Herbert Mead? The I, which wishes to have free expression, to be active and spontaneous, and the me, which is made up of those things learned through socialization. Significant others. Those other people whose evaluations of the individual are important and regularly considered during interactions. Generalized others. The viewpoints, attitudes, and expectations of a society as a whole, or of a community of people whom we are aware of and who are important to use. Erik Erikson stressed that development is a lifelong process and that a person continues to pass through new stages even during adulthood. What are the 8 stages of human development according to Erik Erikson? 1. Trust versus mistrust. 2. Autonomy versus shame and doubt. 3. Initiative versus guilt. 4. Industry versus inferiority. 5. Identity versus role confusion. 6. Intimacy versus isolation. 7. Generatively versus stagnation. 8. Integrity versus despair. Agents. People involved in our socialization, such as parents, siblings, friends, relatives, teachers, bosses, and peers. Agencies represent the organizations involved in our socialization, such as the family, religion, schools, places of employment, and the media. Total institution. An institution that controls almost all aspects of its members' lives, and all aspects of the individual's life is controlled by those in authority in the institution. Erving Goffman. Interested in total institutions and wrote Asylums, essays on the social situation of mental patients and other inmate. Dramaturgy. Goffman's theory on the presentation of self in everyday life, which says that individuals manage others' impressions of themselves much like an actor on a stage in front of an audience. The goal of a presentation of self is to be accepted by the audience and viewed as the actor intends.